Hey guys, good evening everyone. Good evening everyone. You are welcome to today's live session. So if you are just joining us, kindly comment where you are streaming from in the comment section. Type where you are streaming from in the comment section. Let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section. Let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section. So today our topic is kind of two-in-one topic, and so we want to talk about how much you can start trading cryptocurrencies with. Then the second one is how much should you expect at the end of maybe a month, at the end of the week, or at the end of a certain interval after you have invested or traded on cryptocurrencies. So my name is Emmanuel Jacob, the founder of Digital Swap. I'm going to be your host for today's live session. So let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section, and do well to share this live stream to as many as possible. Invite as many as possible. Call your family, call your friends, call your neighbors, call your loved ones. Share the link with them. Share it across Facebook groups. Share it on WhatsApp groups. Post it on your WhatsApp status. Share it everywhere and invite them to join. And you know one thing, cryptocurrency is actually for every single person. And this is one of the questions that has been bothering those who are yet to start their crypto trading and investment journey. So make sure you invite as many as possible to participate in this live stream. So let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section. Comment where you are streaming from. Comment where you are streaming from in the comment section. Let us know where you are streaming from. Let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section. So I'm not here alone. I have a guest speaker which I'm going to bring to the screen in the next few minutes. So before I bring him to the screen, I'm going to do a kind of a quick introduction to the topic we want to be discussing this evening. So before we do that, let us know where you are streaming from. I'm actually streaming from Akwa Ibom State, Ekiti to be precise. So I'd like to know where you are streaming from. Comment where you are streaming from in the comment section. Let us know where you are streaming from in the comment section. Let us know where you are streaming from. So before I bring in our guest speaker, I believe you have this question in your mind if you are yet to start trading cryptocurrencies. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Nanbo. I don't know if that is actually the right pronunciation of your name. Thank you. It's streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. That is so great. Thank you, sir. So I believe you have this question, like, although maybe you don't have the opportunity to ask me how much you think you should start trading cryptocurrencies with, but I want to use this medium to tell you that you are the one responsible to how much you can use in trading cryptocurrencies. So I want you to look at cryptocurrency um, as your bank account. So for instance, you walk into the bank, you are the one to decide how much you want to maybe save, or maybe if you want to have a fixed deposit whatsoever, and this is being determined by how much you have. Okay, thank you so much, that the Lamini Jessica. Okay, Jessica is streaming from Bayelsa State. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us. So how much you want to use in either investing or saving in your bank account is being determined by, could be your net worth, or how much you could actually afford to pay in the bank. All right, so you cannot just go into the bank and decide to save ₦1,000,000 if you don't have that in your possession, or if you cannot afford that. All right, so how much you keep in the bank is being determined by how much you have. All right, so that is applicable. The same is applicable. The same thing applies to cryptocurrency. You are the one to decide, or maybe how wealthy you are is what determines how much you can start your crypto trading and investment journey with. So cryptocurrency is the more interesting part is that cryptocurrency is decentralized and is not being controlled by any central authority. And as such, since it is not being controlled by any central authority, you are your own banker. You choose you choose whatsoever you want to do with your funds. You choose when to spend without anything like maybe withdrawal limits, spending limits, whatsoever. So that is how cryptocurrency works. You are the one to choose how much to start investing in. And before I go deeper, I'm going to bring in our guest, and it's going to continue from here. So, if you are yet to let us know where you are streaming from, please kindly drop it in the comment section, and do well to share this with your family and friends. Invite as many as possible to participate in this live stream. Remember, cryptocurrency is for everybody, so no one should be exempted from being a part of this live stream. Invite as many as possible. A lot of things has changed in our financial system, and you should be a part of it. So if you are here, invite others to participate. And if you are new to this YouTube channel, please hit on the subscribe button to subscribe, and make sure you give me a like, because the more engagement we have in this live stream, the more YouTube would get to suggest this live stream to as many users as possible. Thank you so much, Mr. Rahman, for tuning in. Thank you. Mr. Rahman is streaming from Abuja, Nigeria. So I'm going to bring in our guest speaker, and he is going to share the value. He's going to actually open our eyes to how much we should start trading with cryptocurrencies with, and how much we should expect at the end of maybe a particular interval whatsoever. All right. So you're welcome, Mr. Nato.
Yeah, thank you. Jacobs, thank you so much. The name is Nanbol Godfrey. You can still call me Akanimo, it's still my name, right? I am a complete Nigerian from all over Nigeria, so I live from everywhere in Nigeria.
When did
All
you
right.
start? When did you start bearing Ibibio name? the most interesting part is that you pronounce it so
Actually,
well.
yes, Akanimo is my name. I speak Ibibio fluently. I am from Ikora Tasmi Korobongo Turu in Ikora Penel government
Really?
in Akwa Ibom State.
I'm so shocked. I'm just knowing this.
Don't be shocked.
Initially, I thought it's only your wife that is from here.
Nah, no. There are a lot of things. There are so many things people don't know about me. Probably because I'm not just in short, well, we'll get to know that eventually. However, to deal with today's topic, thank you so much for having me, Jacobs. I appreciate you. I love your consistency. I love the things you've been doing on this channel. I love how much you have tried to help a lot of people, to acquire knowledge, and it is very commendable. Your consistency is impeccable. In short, I cannot even talk about it. Each time I see your status, I see your updates, I see your videos, I just get so excited. Not because of anything. My brother is doing something fantastic out there, and a young person at that, very consistent. So for everybody watching now, every newbie, whether you're a newbie, you're old in the system, you're professional in the system, whichever level you are now, I want to tell you that there's somebody you can emulate. If you can be as consistent as Jacobs, you can be consistent offering the services CryptoSwap is offering, I believe that you will make headway in this space. All right, so to deal with our topic today, okay, the minimum capital for crypto trading and crypto investment. You said something at the beginning in your introduction, which is paramount. If you see crypto as your bank account, okay, you see crypto as a bank account, you determine how much you put in your bank, right? You determine how much you bring in there per time, and what you expect, probably what you want to do with the money or what you don't want to do with the money per time. And so nobody forces you to, bring all your savings or bring all your money to a particular bank account. You can use it in whatever way you want to use it. However, for crypto trading, a lot of people are very, how do I call it, skeptical, have been challenged, trying to determine how much is best to trade with, how much is best to use as minimum trading capital, and all of that. But I want to tell you something. There is no amount that is too small or that is too big for your trading capital. I want that to sink. There is no amount that is too small or too big to be used as your trading capital. But there are certain things you need to look out for, before you determine how much you want to use to, to trade. As a newbie, as a beginner, the first thing you should consider is, I keep telling people, trading is more psychological than any other thing. In short, your psychological skill is the first skill that you need to acquire to become a trader. And if you are not psychologically prepared, you are not psychologically ready, no amount is too small and no amount is too big for you to trade with. I tell my students, I tell everyone around me, I tell people that come to ask the kind of questions that we're here to answer today, that you really cannot determine, nobody can determine, nobody can actually give you a precise amount, to use as trading capital. It is something you need to determine, you need to accept, you need to believe, you need to know by yourself that, okay, look, this is the right amount of money that I should be using for my trade. But then I'm going to break it down to make it simpler, because I love breaking information down, knowledge down, in order for people to perhaps make it very practical, for you to follow suit. Now, having said that, your psychology is very important, in order for you to read. It's a matter of making up your mind, okay? That look, I want to trade, and this is the amount of money I want to use to trade. Now, naturally, as human beings, we have what we call, you are earning money, one way or the other, you're earning money, money is coming to your hands, and you want to start trading, you're probably planning for this, you probably are not working, you're doing nothing, and you're planning that, look, whenever money comes to my hand, I want to make this amount of money in, and I want to start trading and, and stuff. Now, for normal humans, we have what we call portfolios. You save every amount of money, you have a percentage that you save, for probably investment, for rainy days, for emergency, for various things, right? Out of all the money that comes into your hands, if you have not been doing that quick start, have what we call a portfolio. Have your savings by the side, a percentage of your savings by the side. Have portfolio for other things, for your daily upkeep, for your life and everything. And when you do that, out of your savings, I would advise you, stop keeping your money. If you are watching from Nigeria, because I believe most of us here are Nigeria, stop keeping your money in Naira. Find a way to make that money. Your savings won't for you. You just keep it in the bank account. Now go back to my first line of thought. Your psychological preparedness, your preparedness mentally determines how much you are willing to bring in, to start your trade. So I will define minimum capital. I wrote something down. Minimum capital is the amount of money that you are willing, that you are willing to use to trade, and it will not affect you psychologically. The amount of money that you are, if I put this money in, if I lose this money or I gain from this money, as a matter of fact, this money is not in my very hands. It's not something I can easily spend. It will not affect you psychologically. When I mean psychologically here, I mean if you open a trade, for example, with $10, and that is the only amount, that is the only money you have everywhere in the world, you will know that you will not be mentally stable enough to be patient on that trade. It will affect you psychologically, because you begin to think, if I lose this money, what do I do? Where do I go to? Who do I turn to? All those questions begin to come into your mind, and when those questions come in, there is no stability. You can't focus on your trade. And if you're able to invest $100, and the $100 is something you can forfeit if it gets lost. It's just $100. Now what you small thing, how will it affect me? It means that will also affect your psychology, because one, you are too excited. It doesn't mean anything to you. $100 changes nothing for you. And so you will not give the necessary attention to your trade, to doing the necessary things that need to be done in order to trade profitably. So there has to be a balance. If $10 is what you are comfortable with, and you know that it is not going to affect you psychologically, you're not going to get too excited expecting so much gain, or you're not going to get depressed if the money disappears. $10 is your minimum trading capital. Please write it down wherever you are. If $100 is the amount of money that you know will make you comfortable, very comfortable, and you know that, okay, if I invest this $100, I'm going to do all it takes to make a profitable trade out of this. I'm going to be focused, not overly, it won't give me sleepless nights. You know, that amount of money that will not affect your current lifestyle, that will not place it at any risk. Yes, it is good to be sacrificial, but then, Japa, is it Japa they call it, or whatever they call it, it's real. Trouble out there are real, okay? But it is not a discouragement. It is being realistic about your future, your trade. I call it your future because your trade, it's actually an accumulation of skills that will help you, that will help your future. So I talked about being psychological. I talked about creating a balance, and I talked about Sapa. Thank you, my brother. Sapa, that's the word. Sapa is real. So if your $10 is your last amount of money, and you know that it will not affect you, you can use it. But if you know that once I put this $10 and I don't get it back, I'm going to die, I'm going to commit suicide, it means you're not going to be stable. There's nothing in this world anybody will tell you. You should, even if you get the best signal, you do the best technical analysis, do whatever you want to do, you won't be able to focus and trade and be profitable with that trade. Then the second line of thought, when it comes to minimum trading capital, is for many of you who are waiting until I have $1 million, until I have 200 million, until I have $1,000. Yes, if I is saying I entered a position with $5,000 and I came out with $50,000. Jacobs is saying, yes, I entered with $1,000. I came out with $3,000. You're like, why will I carry me? Where I want to use $100, go enter this kind of trade. How much will I come out of it? No. Don't think that way. Life is in phases, men are in sizes. You are not in the same level with any other person. When you want to trade, you are not competing. That's another thing. That's another aspect of psychology. You're competing with nobody, only competing with yourself. So that small amount of money that is in your hand, $10, almost 98% of exchanges globally, 98% of centralized exchanges actually allows the minimum amount of money that is required to open a position, either sports or margin or futures, whatever it is $10. 98% of exchanges do $10. So with $10, you can open a position. If you have $20, you can decide to use $10 to start trading. It is your capital, it is your level. You will grow from there. Okay? So I don't think we have enough time here. I won't be explaining for God. Take psychology from me. Take your balance. Balance is very important because if you don't strike a balance in the amount of money you're bringing in for your trade, you are going to have psychological issues and it's going to affect you seriously. And then thirdly, don't wait until you have heaven and earth before you start trading. Start with the little that is in your care. He said something, it's your bank account. You can deposit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 in your bank account. Yeah, that's how it is. Start with what you have and grow from there. So I'll touch on the second aspect of our topic. Jacobs, am I allowed to continue the second aspect of this topic?
Yeah. So you can continue. So please, before you continue, I'd like to ask, okay, thank you so much, Nwabu, for joining us. Nwabu is streaming from Anambra State. So please, if you have questions based on what have been shared so far, please kindly write it down and make sure you drop it in the comment box once it's time for question, and we are going to attend to it. Thank you very much. You can continue, sir.
All right, so the second aspect is how much am I expecting if I invest money in crypto or decide to trade? I tell you something, you cannot place you cannot determine how much you would make from the market or lose in the market. It's just that you can control, you can manage it, you can control what happens to your funds, you know, in the market, right? Now you can determine how much you want to make. So it's a matter of what do I want to make? How much do I want to make from my trade? So I'm opening a position. Every professional trader, in short, every trader knows that before you open a position, you are already determined how much I want to invest in this position and what is the profit I am expecting. That is how you trade profitably. So when we talk about how much am I investing, how much is coming out, many people pose this question to me. How far, boss? I want to give you $1,000. How much will you be giving me by the end of the month? How much will you be giving me? I said, no, I'm not taking. I don't want. Come and learn. Learn, and when you finish learning, do it yourself. Determine how much you want to make. Okay? Determine how much you are willing to make, because it is left to you. When you go to the bank, for instance, I want to make a fixed deposit, you sit down with the bank and discuss. The bank tells you, okay, we want to give you 12%. You say, no, I want 15%. Then, depending on how much you're bringing into the bank, you guys get to an agreement. The bank knows what they do. I'm sure the bank make more than 1,000% on your money and give you 5 or 10%. That's what they do. But this is crypto. It is your future, as I said earlier on. You need to determine, you sit down, you determine how much you want to make from your trade. So each time you open a position, you determine how much you want to make from that. So I cannot give you and say, okay, this is the actual figure. If anybody tells you this is the figure that you're going to make from it, it's just not that they're planning to defraud you. That's the best thing I can tell you. I don't know if there's any other person that have told you that before. But if anybody say, okay, if you invest $10,000 in the next 5 weeks, you're going to come out with 20,000, you're going to come out with 30,000. Now, nobody owns the market. Nobody owns the market. We can only manage some of the situations around our own trade and our own funds, not what happens in the market. Everything that happens in the market is a global market, right? So there are many forces there, forces of demand and supply and all of that, and no one single person controls. So no one single person can determine how much exactly you are making out of the market. So the next line of thought is how to make profit from the market. Now, I'm going to outline a few things. Look, the first thing I'm going to tell you is what? Start. Write it down. Start trading. If you don't start, you cannot make anything out of the market. If you don't start, you are making nothing out of. So the first thing to do is to what? Start. The Chinese adage says a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step in the right direction. If you don't start, you cannot make anything. So the first thing to do is, instead of dragging, instead of procrastinating, I'm sure people you will have seen adverts. People will say, come and join community, learn, trade, and all that. You are still waiting now until I have 1 million, until I have 10 million. No. The first thing towards your journey to a profitable trade is starting. If you don't start, you remain in that position, thinking, reasoning, imagining. In short, you even imagine the profit in your head. Nothing will come into your hand. So the first thing to do is to start. Start in the right direction and start right. The second thing is to learn and grow. When you start, you learn. Many people will tell you learn before you start. Yes. You see, it's true. Of course, you can learn before you start. But it is, I personally feel like, based on my own experience, that I learn more when I'm actually practicalizing what I'm learning. You cannot know everything. There is no way in this world that you can know everything. You can't know everything. So the little knowledge that it is required for you to trade profitably, you can learn while you start. I remember when I say start, I don't mean just carry your money and put somewhere. Of course, you need to consult, you need to talk to one or two persons who direct you on where and how to start. But you need to start and learn and grow, acquire the necessary skills. I talked about psychological skills earlier on when I said you want to open a trade, you want to start trading and be profitable, start trading, you need to be psychologically prepared already. A psychological skill, being psychologically prepared is a skill in trading. So it's a skill, it's a necessary skill that you need to acquire in order to grow and become profitable in your trade. Know what works for you. As you're learning, have a jotter, have a journal, jot things down. Know the mistakes you have made, jot them down. Don't be afraid to make those mistakes, make them. Don't be afraid to lose if it's possible. Do you understand? But make sure that you're not just losing for losing sake. Make sure you are learning important lessons, because those lessons will sharpen your skills and help you know what is right and what is wrong. Improve on them as time goes on. Continue to improve on these skills. Learn every day and be consistent. That's the next thing. I talked about Jacobs when I joined. He has been very consistent. And if you are not consistent in this space, you are not consistent trading, you are not consistent learning, you are not consistent improving and sharpening your skill, you would not make headway. There's no way you make headway. So have a strategy. Know the strategy that works for you. Know what works for you. Some people want to become technical analysts because many people are showing off their technical analysis skills. Some people want to become fundamental analysts. Know what works for you. If God has blessed you with a mind to look at a chart and the chart speaks to you and you're able to understand, work with your technicalities. If it is fundamental, if you can read and understand and get information by research, focus on your fundamental. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Know what works for you and stick to what works for you. And then there are many levels, there are many kinds of trading. You can do swing trade, it's not everybody that have to be day traders instantly. You can become a swing trader. You can become, there's something I do with my community called strategic investment plan. For people who are working, you can become a strategic investor, investing consistently in your portfolio. It is also trading, right? So know what works for you and stick with what works for you while you're improving and researching and facing other things. Fourthly, fifth, join communities. Jacobs has a community, and we also have a community. There are communities all over. I didn't say go and join a community that will promise you heaven and earth. No. Join a community of like minds, people where you can learn, where you can have the right information that will help you to trade profitably. Information runs the space. In short, we are in the age of information. And one of the advantages of being in community, some people will say, these communities are too expensive. Why is Jacob asking me to pay $500? Why is he asking me to pay $200? Why is he asking me to pay $250 and all of that? Because he has gone through this path, he has learned the lessons, he has failed, he has burnt his fingers, he has done so many things and has acquired the necessary skills. So when you join his community, what you are doing is carrying you by the hands upon, and you'll be soaring on his knowledge, the knowledge he has acquired over time, trying with his trials and errors, making mistakes, avoiding these mistakes. He will teach you how to avoid the pitfalls and all of that. Those are some of the advantages. In short, I cannot even overemphasize the importance of communities. So in order for you to become a profitable trader, join a very good community. And the sixth and very, 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 very important point, take profit. If you are sitting with somebody beside you, I'm a pastor, so I love to say, tell your neighbor, take profit. The market will not run. The market is going nowhere. And you cannot make all the profit in one trade. And so I said earlier, everybody, before you enter a trade, you determine how much you want to make from that trade. Stick to your plan. It's not because, don't follow FOMO. Don't do FOMO. Don't, because I saw that I entered a trade. My plan was to take profit at 20%. And I'm not saying you go and take profit at 20%. And my plan was to take profit at 20%. And the way I'm seeing there's so much volume in the market is going on. Stick to your plan. You cannot make all the whole money in one trade. I hope somebody is hearing me. If you are hearing me, type it in the chat box. Type it and say you can hear me and you understand what I'm saying. You cannot make all the whole profit in one trade. Learn to take profit. That profit that you have taken is the one you have acquired from that trade. Any trade you have not taken profit, the money is not your own yet until the money is in your wallet. So when you make profit, learn to take it profit, learn to withdraw some of your profits and learn to use it. And use this to do something tangible to know that, okay, I've made profit from my trade. So other things, risk management, I'm not just going the traditional way. I'm trying to talk to you directly. What has been working for me? Okay, this is not book. This is experience. These are things that have worked for me, and if you can apply them, they will work for you. I will emphasize a little more on your trading plan. If you make your trading plan, improve on them and concretize them and make them workable for you, and you will see that you will become a profitable trader within no time. I hope I have been able to pass some information.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. That was massive. That was massive. Please start sending in your questions that you have over delivered. Thank you so much.
I hope I'm not taking too much of your time.
No, not at all, sir. Not at all. Please, this is the moment where we want to start taking questions. If you have any questions, please do well to drop it in the comment box. So please, I'd like to ask you a few questions before any other question from our viewers out there. So the question I want to ask you is, you said something about people should trade with the amount of money they are comfortable with. Then I want to ask you, if I'm just a newbie, and what if I'm not, okay, I've heard a lot of people have been losing money in the course of trading cryptocurrencies, then I don't want to lose money. If I don't want to lose money, then I'm not comfortable with losing any amount of money. How will I do? What will I do?
Well, that's an interesting question. If you are not comfortable losing money, then you are not comfortable making profit. In leadership, there's something we call, in leadership, we say something. If you are too big to lead, if you are too small, if you are too big to be led, if you are too big to follow, you are too small to lead. I'll bring it to you here. If you are too big to follow, you are too small to lead. If you are comfortable with losing, you are too big for profit. If you are not comfortable with losing, you are the kind of person that don't want to lose money. You are too small, you are too big for profit. I'll start by asking you a simple question. How much have you lost? Have you lost money in the space?
A lot of money.
I can't remember how much I've lost in total. I watched your video, the last video, you did a video some times back. The lesson you learned from Super X, right?
Yes.
Lessons you learned from Super X. Now you are a professional trader. And as a professional trader, it is expected that we don't lose money, right?
Exactly.
But you learn a very vital lesson on that platform. Every newbie that comes here or that comes in contact with me and say, look, boss, I don't want to lose money. Hey, this small money that I'm managing. The first thing I tell you that, hey, why give the money? Now put it in your bank account and see whether it will not finish. In short, have 1 million naira. Be spending only 1,000 naira every day. Tell me it will not finish.
It will finish.
Have 20 million. Be spending 1,000 every day. It will still finish, right? But for you to mitigate loss, I mentioned something. I said to be profitable, you need to, I just didn't want to come out too plain about it, right? Knowledge is very important. You need to learn. But when you say I have to learn and know everything before I start, that's where there's a problem. That's where there's an issue. You don't need to know everything in the world before you start trading. and join a community, have a coach, have somebody that will direct, that will instruct, that will guide you profitably until you're able to stand on your own. Nobody gives birth to a child. No child is birthed today and the child begins to walk and crawl and feed itself or bathe itself. It's the same thing. We understand certain things about life, but when it comes to our future, we fail to take some of the necessary steps that will help us grow. And one of the steps that will help you grow is to connect with a coach, connect with a mentor, connect with somebody that is ahead of you, somebody who knows. The person will guide you. As a matter of fact, I am sure this is just me now asking you, Jacob. If I decide to pay and join your community today, right? Do you have a premium community?
Sure.
Do you have premium community? If I decide to pay and join your community today, you will start by training me, right?
Yes.
Depending on the package, you start by training me. While you are training me, I'm sure you will be giving me certain signals or certain things, instructing me on some of the things to do in the market to make some profit before I stay on, before I'm able to do it on my own, right?
Yeah.
So whoever is listening to me now and is saying, I am not comfortable losing money, I want to tell you that you are too big for profit. In short, you are too big to make money. You have made the whole money in the world already. But if you want my candid advice, understand that in the market, you will lose, but you will also gain. Okay? And my candid advice is the best place to start is to start with a viable, trusted community or persons whom you can soar on the wing of their experience and the lessons they have learned in the market. That's the only thing I can tell you now. As you start with that, you will learn a whole lot of things and improve yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Please, if you have any question, drop it in the comments box and we are going to attend to it. So in the absence of no questions, we are going to bring it to a close. So, sir, before we go, while we are still waiting for more questions, I like to ask you because we have a couple of platforms out there wherein they will tell people that this bot is going to trade for you, this bot is going to do this bot is going to do that. In fact, once you buy this bot or once you pay this amount of money, this bot is going to do this and that. All you need to do, use certain amount of money and register, and this bot will start trading for you. So I wanted to shed more light on these platforms. Is it
Run for your life. Run for your dear life. Let me give you a short story. A friend of mine in 2022, last year, 2021, is an elderly friend actually. There was this bot that was really, what is the name again? I can't remember. I don't want to mention any name because this is YouTube, so let's not. This man lost $50,000 in one night. One night, $50,000. The other friend lost $25,000. I had the screenshot evidence. This is a bot that they say, okay, once you connect API to your Binance account, the bot will be trading for you. I'll be giving you this and giving you that and giving you this and giving you that. I have never subscribed to one before. Now, this is a friend of mine who lost $50,000 in one day. $20,000, his friend lost $20,000 the same very day because there was a glitch in the market. Guys, if you are listening to me now, the best thing to do, the best thing for your life, for your future, is to learn to do it for yourself. And secondly, a machine is a machine. Machine is an algorithm. It has been designed to work in a particular way. It has been designed to function in a particular way. And the market does not have any particular direction of movement. The market can move in any direction because there is what we call market psychology. It is how people think. And there is no artificial intelligence in this world that can be as intelligent as human being. And there's no artificial intelligence in this one that can be designed, because it's designed by humans. And those humans are only a few group of people who cannot actually think for 7 billion people at the same time. So when 7 billion people are actually acting on a particular information, you cannot expect their action to be superseded by the action by an algorithm that was written by 10 people or 100 people. It is not possible. And that's why I'm telling you, run for your life. Instead of giving your money to bot, I think you should go and buy a share, sit down and chop. Because tomorrow.
Yes, and I also want to add, I really doubt that there will never be anything like bots trading for anybody. And in fact, it's a fallacy for someone to come up and promote a particular bot and tell you that the bot will trade for you. What this bot actually will is for them to, you integrate this bot to your trading account and set some, you are the one to set in on how it should work. There's no way a bot can actually trade for anybody. And I've seen a couple of platforms that have duped a whole lot of people. They have deceived a lot of people into believing that this bot will trade for you and give you so a fixed amount of money on daily basis. Please, all these platforms are scams. Run away from it before they ruin your life. Okay, sir. So this is the last question, and if we don't have any question from any of our attendees, then we are going to call it a wrap. The last question is how about platforms that would tell people that you are going to make such amount of money if you refer such amount of people, and you are going to be able to earn such amount of money, and some of them, they will even give it a name. They will call it Tron Smart Contract. They will call it Ethereum Smart Contracts. Is all these platforms safe, since we are looking for a way of making money?
The advice I can give you is, please, if you know some of those people who have the money and they want to bring on those platforms, they should send some to me now. I want to follow and spend. Okay. The truth is, the pyramid scheme has been in existence for a long time, and we know from the onset that people who benefit from the pyramid scheme are people who are up there. Anybody that comes up to tell me, okay, join my platform, you are earning so fixed amount of money over a so period of time, it's just scam. See, I don't know how to go to what. It is scam. For me, it is scam. Because many, in short, people out there, a lot of people are complaining. If you're a newbie and you're listening to me now, the best thing for you to do is to learn. Please, dedicate yourself, learn. Be consistent with it, learn. There's no substitute for that. It is just to learn to do things your way. Because the same person that is asking, the people that organize that organization, that business, and created a model and ask you to bring money, they're also trading for you. That's what they do. And when things go wrong, they run away. You don't know who to hold and where to hold them, because the platform closes. And we've had so many bad experiences. I wonder why people are still falling for those things. If anybody can tell me, okay, bring money, I will trade for you, so period, I'll be giving you some. I'll tell you, bros, why don't you teach me to trade? Let me be trading my own thing now. So the best thing, those platforms for me is a no-no. Kindly, see, take it from me. Many of you don't know me, some of you know me. But if you know me, you will know that I'm a person of my word. It is a no. Don't do it. Face your learn. There are so many resources out there for you to learn from and become skillful and do what. I feel like a lot of people that subscribe to those platforms are actually very lazy. And laziness is bad. Okay? Very, very bad. Please, to learn. That's just what I can say about that.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. I think I'm seeing questions. Lots of questions, about 2 of them. So someone is saying, yes, I'm learning trading probably on my own, struggling to make money and join a community or a mentor. Please, what's your advice to me? I love trading and I'm engaging on futures.
Well, in the 21st century, I don't think that is in the 21st century. That's just a very interesting question because, for example, the session we're having here now is live on YouTube. And there are many other platforms. The internet is your friend, even though it's also your enemy to an extent because there are so many false information out there that you can also consume. Every information you get is the mind of people, and different people have different mind based on the different experiences they have had in life. Okay, but I want to assure you that there are certain level of information you can actually acquire on the internet. I may not pinpoint platforms here, but all I can say is there are free communities also. There are free communities where you can learn. There are many things that there are many ways. In short, if this at the time we are now, you can actually earn money from crypto without even. In short, I don't think I'm supposed to say it here now, but there are many ways you can actually make money from crypto. There are many ways you can actually earn. But if it is about learning, while you're trying to raise funds, while you're trying to raise something, remember, it is not until you raise $1 million. You can start with there. But if it is learning, Google is there, YouTube is there, okay? But be very intentional, one, and mind the kind of information that you get from this place, because some of the questions we have treated here are some of the things you are going to face out there if you go into the open internet trying to look for information. Okay, many people will tell you, oh, look, why don't you bring money here and there and there and there? But I tell you, there are so many platforms, right, that you can learn from. You can read up on many platforms. Medium is there. You can read a lot of things. YouTube, Twitter. There are many platforms that you can learn so many things from. So it's just a little research for me. You will be able to get that. I hope that answers your question. Jacobs, are you there?
Yeah, can you see this other question?
Okay.
So how can someone control emotion when on a trade? Like my heart will be beating up and down till I lose or gain on the trade. Mostly does.
Okay, so that's actually the first thing I treated. That's actually the first thing I treated. Okay, so I said one of the best ways, actually, emotional, the trading psychology is actually a skill that you need to learn over time. Okay, but one of the things that will help you control your emotions when you trade is when you create a balance in your trading capital. Okay, and another thing that will help you is when you learn and when you go. If you are sure of what you are doing, there's no fear. You won't fear. Okay, if you have done the necessary things, you have a trading plan. If you are taking a trade, let's say futures, for example, and you have work on your charts, even though chart is not 100%, but you work on your charts, you've gotten the right information, you've done all the necessary, you will not be afraid. You are only scared because you are not sure. Okay, even though you cannot be 100% sure, but you're only afraid because you are not sure. So what our advice is, create a balance in your capital first. You don't want to lose your money because that's probably the last money that you have, because it's probably borrowed money, because it's probably many things. So create a balance. Make sure the money is not something that will actually get you too excited for profit, or that will actually get you too demoralized when you lose. I think that's where you start from, and then learn, acquire the necessary skills. You will grow as time goes on.
All right, thank you so much for that, sir. Then I want to add, one of the reasons why you get scared or emotional once you initiate a trade is because you don't have confidence. So what would give you confidence is knowledge. Once you're able to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills, you will open trade confidently. And even if the market goes in opposite direction, you can still be sure that for real it's going to go to your direction, or if you lose. And in fact, you need to lose a lot of money so that you get used to it. You need to lose
Of
money.
course. Yeah, of course. Of course.
So
I'm making a very
once you
important
become,
point. You need to look it up. If I've never said this somewhere, Jacobs, you may not have known this.
mm,
I came into contact with Bitcoin in 2011.
wow.
Okay, 2011. I invested $2,800 in an online business then called Just Been Paid. Just Been Paid till date. That money is there. I've not been able to withdraw or do anything with that money. It's just been there since 2011. $2,800. Now, because of some of those, and at that time, we had communities, because I've always believed right from when I was young that my wealth is on the internet. So that is where my money is. I used to leave school, cafeteria, and go to the cafe. That time it was Cyber Cafe in 25, 26, 27 to go and be looking for how to make money online. So when I came to Lagos 2011, now when I made that investment, I came in contact with Bitcoin. People were community, there was a community I joined that time on the internet. Sure, we have been defrauded, we've lost money. I'm just saying this to know how much I have lost. And we are offered 5,000 Bitcoin for $25.
Wow.
5,000 Bitcoin for $25. Imagine if I just invested only $100 from the 2,000. That time dollar was just 116 naira per dollar. If I just invested 16,000 naira on Bitcoin, as at that time, I just buy, using paper. That I always use paper and all of that and buy.
Yeah.
So if you want to calculate that for me now, you will know how much I've lost. Now, over that period, in 2014, 2015, ensure that because of some of the issues I had online, how much of the money I lost after we did all those survey and all of those things, I lost money, I left. But when I returned and I saw that my mates and friends that we are actually, people who hadn't known anything about crypto and all of that, we are already 1,000 miles away. Me, I was busy doing white collar job and doing all those other things. I realized that I had lost a lot of time. And when I came into the space, the first money I came into the space with, this was in millions. I lost all. Everything gone. As a matter of fact, I'm talking now some newbies, you should learn. Some of you, when you see us spend money, you will be thinking, I'm not saying there are a lot of coaches there that are making so much money. People who came into the States maybe 5-10 years, 5 years after I had even known, and I had to sell my car. I sold my car, paid for a community of a friend that we started crypto together. We were chasing after airdrop in 2014. Yeah, we were chasing after airdrop. 2014, we were chasing airdrop everywhere. And we wanted to start an airdrop community with him. I said, guys, this is not working. I left. I went to find other things to do. But I came back, I sold my car, paid him hundreds of thousands of naira to join his community. The remaining balance on the money on my car, this was in millions. I invested in some of the signals I got. I lost all the money. As a matter of fact, I have one of those tokens today. I said I will never sell it. I bought the token for $500. Today it's valued at $2.50. I said I will never sell that token until it gets back to her. What am I trying to say in essence?
Okay.
Because you mentioned that you need to lose, you need to lose in order to get use, and know that losing is part of trading. Then
Definitely.
secondly, out of losing, I have to sit down and say, look, whatever it is helping people, whatever is helping people to make money in this space, I have to know that thing, and I want to become a profitable trader. And you said it, knowledge. Knowledge gives you confidence. It is knowledge that takes you from the level you are now, a newbie, to the level where Jacob is now, hosting a program to teach you how to become a profitable trader. It is knowledge that would help you to spend money when OGs are spending money and to do all the things that people are doing. So I've not said this, it's something I'm always ashamed of, to say in some places, but I decided to tell you this because we are dealing with newbies. Don't be ashamed, don't be ashamed. You will lose. Don't be ashamed to lose because it's part of the game.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for the massive value. For real. It's massive. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I
Thank you
appreciate it.
for honoring our invitation. We really do appreciate.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So, to our viewers out there, this is where we want to draw the curtain for today's session. I believe you've been able to learn a thing or two, and I believe you also take down some notes. So, please give us a like. Just hit on the like button to like this live stream, and do well to drop questions. Depending on whenever you are going to see this video, drop questions, and I'm going to be there chatting with you guys. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notified once we come live in subsequent days. And I'm going to drop a link that will take you to our Telegram channel if you want to join. Of course, you should join our crypto community on Telegram. I will drop the link in the description of this video afterwards. So click on the link and join our Telegram channel where we post crypto related updates. So thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this live stream. I really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for your audience. So goodbye. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye.